We are here with Nick Mangold, All-Pro center for the New York Jets. Nick, thanks for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
You have large, meaty hands.
Thank you.
Tell me about your ideal interview. Would you like 80 or 90% of the questions to be about Tim Tebow and Mark Sanchez?
Well, if it's on this couch, doesn't matter.
Really?
Well, it's cozy.
It's a pleasure.
I can relax a little bit.
We have good couches.
It's nice.
Don't spare anything.
Yeah.
This entire interview will just be about Tim Tebow then.
Fantastic.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Do you get tired of the questions like Tebow, Sanchez? Does it get old?
I think it can if you let it. You know, I think that in the end, you're going to get asked about somebody at some point, so it just happens to be the same person over and over again. You know, but it's New York, and that's kind of the way it is.
The media here is not very subtle.
No.
No.
No, they're subtle like a aluminum baseball bat.
Is that a big change? You're from Ohio, so is it a bit of a culture shock coming from Ohio State too here?
Very much so.
The Ohio State.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very much so. It was like at Ohio State, I think you have like 3 beat writers. Here we have like 12, and you know it was crazy coming out here and seeing. I mean, you got 2 teams in the same city. You know, it's just 8 million people on the island. Like that's a lot of people that want to know about what's going on. So it definitely was a big change for me.
Let me ask about your sister because she's been kind of iconic on the internet for several years now. From when she played for the high school football team, and you went out to see her in the Olympics this summer. She's an Olympic weightlifter. What was it like? I think you left training camp to go to the Olympics. How was it?
It was a fantastic experience. You know, just the fact that she was representing her country and doing a sport that she loves was an amazing experience. Going out there was a quick trip. It was really neat to see her compete. You know, 10th in the world isn't too shabby. When you're looking at like 3.5 billion women, she's number 10, so that's not too bad. And you know, I think she was dealing with a little injury, but she has since got surgery and fixed up. So rehab, get back in it, and hopefully do big things.
And she's new to the sport too.
Yeah, she's only been doing it like 2 years. So you know, she as long as she stays dedicated, I think the Olympics down in Brazil should be pretty exciting.
Do you ever do much Olympic lifting with her, just for fun, just do some clean and jerks?
No, I feel as though if I were to hurt myself, the New York Jets would have quite an issue with that. Plus, if I never do it, she can't say that she can beat me. Kind of works in my favor.
We all have the things that we're good at. You have kind of a huge presence on Twitter. You tweet a lot. Do you think you're addicted?
I definitely was addicted. The birth of my son has since removed my addiction, so I think I've slowed down considerably since he showed up. But it's just a neat way to interact with people because you can turn it off. You know, if you're interacting with a whole group of people, you know, in person, you know, that's right there. You can't turn them on. You can't just, all right, you're done. But if something comes up that you don't want to deal with, you turn it off. And it's a neat way to connect and to be involved with people and stuff outside of football. Like, you know, a reporter's going to ask X's and O's and Tim Tebow questions. But Twitter, you know, you can ask Nirvana or Metallica, Foo Fighters, Nirvana. You know, you can just kind of switch it up and see what other interests are out there.
So which is it for you, Nirvana or Metallica?
Ooh, Metallica was my first love.
Yeah.
But Nirvana's pretty sweet.
Yeah. What about Nirvana or Pearl Jam?
Nirvana.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam's pretty solid, but I would take Nirvana over them.
You play with the Jets offensive line has some great players, Alan Faneca, Brickashaw Ferguson. What kind of like camaraderie or relationship do you have with those guys?
Yeah, you left out one of my favorites, Brandon Moore. It's interesting, you know, as you go through NFL careers, Brandon and I have been together 7 years playing next to each other. Brick and I obviously have been together 7 years, we drafted at the same time, but actually being next to a guy for 7 years is kind of a neat and rare phenomenon. And we have a very tight unit. We all get along, which is helpful. We do dinners every week. We usually try to get together, you know, off season and everything. So it's a fun group to be a part of. And you know, we hope that our personal relationships translate into our professional relationships, and that we can do more things on the field because of, you know, the fact that we care about each other off the field.
Can I hit you with some trivia here? Brickashaw Ferguson gets a lot of there's a lot of talk about his name. Did you know he was actually named after a character from the TV miniseries The Thornbirds?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to tell you that if you asked it in question form, but I have heard that.
Yeah, he's named after Ralph de Bricassor, who is a priest who violates his vows to sleep with a woman. So let him know that next time.
Yeah, I'll be sure to continue
Next time,
razzing him
when
on
you
that.
catch up on Netflix, you watch the Thornbirds.
Yeah, when we sit and
Brick.
sit by the fire and relax a little bit.
All right, and lastly, I know that you're here to talk about Chase's new debit card, so please tell me all about it.
Yeah, so they partner up, MasterCard and Chase come up with debit card for Jets fans. I actually have mine here, as you can see, beautiful Jets logo. Show your fandom. You buy a lot of stuff during the day. You can show everyone that you're a Jets fan. You get all the perks of it. You get 15% discount at Jet Shop and at the stadium. Those are online as well. No annual fee, and you get to be a proud Jets fan with your debit card.
So you're basically a bad Jets fan if you don't have this MasterCard.
You're not a bad one. You're just a better one if you got it.
I understand. Nick, thanks so much for taking some time to talk to us. For more on the NFL, subscribe to SB Nation. We'll see you soon.
I'm Nick Mangold of the New York Jets, and I want you to subscribe to the Gangrene Nation.